Hello, cool. It's the new year and I'm back. It's Tuesday and I'm playing some Planet Coaster because I've played a lot of Transport Fever 2 recently, and as much as I like it, I thought let's play something different. I've not played Planet Coaster in a while. I say in a while, it's been a very long time since I played Planet Coaster, and I thought, you know what? I've built an underground park before. Let's give it a go at building something a bit more interesting. A park in the sky. A park on islands floating in the sky might be quite fun. I'm playing in sandbox mode because obviously otherwise it wouldn't really be very feasible. So I just need to make sure my sound's working. Yeah, that's all good. It's all good. So park in the sky. We're gonna need some. We're gonna need to clear this out first. I can't remember how to do things. Oh. Get rid of. How do I delete that? On it. Delete. Delete building. Delete path. Fantastic. So, park in the sky. So we've got the entrance over here. Where's the edge of the park? There's the edge of the park. So there's not much we can do much about that, but that's fine. The question is, are we going to go from? We're going to build the islands first, then path to them, or build the path and then I think we're going to have to do it that way, aren't we? Because you can't flatten a terrain around a path. So, yes. So we're going to increase the size and we're going to go up. We're going to have to really go. We don't really care about the ground too much, I feel like, at the moment. We're going to just bring up some ground, bring up some earth to work with, and then we're going to flatten this out. At least it's floating. We can deal with the ground later on. That's not a problem. We can deal with that. We can make it look nice. I'm thinking like a giant lake or a crater or something like that would be quite fun. Giant lake would be kind of cool. But I'm thinking like, and I'm not going to be super good. It's not going to look really incredible. But hopefully it'll look more than like a big floaty blob in the sky. Better than that. A little bit close. Right, then let's push this in. Get this. Try and make something. Try and make it look a bit less like I've just used the brush tool. We can make it look better with rocks and stuff later on, can't we? Just need to make it look a bit more interesting. And also needs to have some substance to it. Like a tiny ass little rock is not really what I'm going for. I want them to look like they've got some substance to them, really. That's the idea. It's going to take me forever to do like one rock. I'm going to get like one rock done today, and that's going to be it. Oh yeah, I've got one floating rock done today. Good start. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, I need to put it in free cam. I found free cam is the best way of working with anything that's not standard flat kind of theme parks. Especially when working underground. It's probably a bit loud actually, the music. I need to turn that down a smidge. I think. A bit better. When working with anything that's not just a standard kind of flat theme park, you're gonna need you need the free cam mode. It's rougher, smaller. I want it to look too round. Okay. Good there. So looks a bit weird, this bit. I'm going to push this in. That makes sense. That doesn't again. There we go. I'm going to be spending forever on this. Roughen up the edges a little bit because the edges aren't that rough. Bit too round. Nice. Nice. That looks that doesn't look too bad. Gonna put some rocks and some trees and some stuff on there to make it look better. At the moment it looks a bit bad, but that's fine. Right. It's not going to be very accessible, this park, given that the main way up is going to be stairs. Wait. Can we? How far back can we delete this path? That's as far back as we can go. I think we could almost have... maybe like a few more islands. I think that's a bit high, actually. Maybe it could go through. Well, it couldn't go through. Can't we? It's going to be one hell of a hike to get to this park because you've got to climb all these stairs. Or at least the stairs will be an option anyway. Right, okay, I think what we should do is we should push this down. Push this out. The island is going to be somewhat supporting the stairs. It's not quite how I wanted it to be with this island. I kind of wanted the stairs kind of come up to the top, but actually, unless I have really spirally stairs, which I could do, that certainly could be an option. How far back can I undo? Not that far. It looks. Oh no, it's still going. It's still going. Is there a button for undo? Control Z. Of course, Control Z is undo. What else would it be? No, I've hit the limit now. Okay. I swear that you could just right-click a path to delete it. Or am I just misremembering something? Or is that only in, like, Planet Zoo or something? I don't know. I think we're going to want... we kind of need to have the terrain come up a bit here, I think. Underneath this path. It kind of... the path will kind of climb off of, if that makes sense. I think it does want to be straight. Also, realistically, railing on ground, railing on elevated. Yeah, probably want railing on this. We'll just keep going straight up. We'll have two little islands, maybe. This would be like the entrance, you know. Not gonna look super. Or we could have there be like a tunnel, maybe, that you kind of come out of when you arrive at the park. The entrance is like in a tunnel. This needs to kind of look not too unsupported, not too kind of... it doesn't want to look really ridiculously long, I think is the thing. It just doesn't want to look too long. That's the problem. Bring this. If we don't make it quite so long, we could probably level it out. We want tunneling off. Clear that up maybe a little bit. Right, okay, let's take... Oh, not like that. Path supports. I don't think it wants supports most of the time, really. Floating is fine, I think. Floating is kind of the point of this. It's meant to be kind of floating. I think the music's still loud. Still probably going to be too loud. Okay, so that should be fine. That should be a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. I swear pressing right click allowed me to delete things. I want it to be a gentle slope. Oh, I didn't mean to delete all of that, but okay. Right, so that looks a bit dodgy. We're going to need to sort that out, make it look a bit better. I don't know, maybe we'll just stick with it being like a elevated path most of the time. Just because that way we don't have to worry about it too much with the terrain and stuff. Right, so we're going to need to pull this out quite a lot, aren't we? Actually, now that, because we don't have the path, it doesn't need to be that flat. No, look, it's going to look a bit blobby until I make it not look blobby. Well, it'll look better. It'll look better in a minute. We just need to add a bit more mass to this. We basically want tunneling on, don't we, so that we can carve our way through that nice and easy. So we're gonna have this is gonna be the main entrance, I think. This is gonna be the entrance. This is where the entrance is gonna be. So we can maybe push this out a little bit, less kind of intense. Also, we want that to be rock, really, not grass. We'll paint grass where we want grass. We won't do grass automatic. That'll just... Right. This kind of rock on... gonna be a rougher. Actually, I think this will look better all over here. Add a bit more texture to it, so it's not quite so smooth. Although, actually, we do want to roughen this up a bit, don't we? We don't want it to be quite so smooth and blobby. A few little bits of roughness here and there, just to kind of make it look less artificial, that's all. Make it look more like a natural kind of rock formation that happens to be floating in the sky, which of course is a thing. I quite like that. It kind of looks like they're meant to be water dripping down. We'll sort this out with rocks, proper rocks at some point. kind of just need to roughen this up, but not too much. We don't want it to be like obviously just noise brushed. Actually, without some of the weird geometry. Add a bit more. This to add the text to it so it's not grass. I think I mind grass on the top too. Wow, oh, I like the really green grass. Really makes it look very vibrant. Basically, anywhere there's a path, it wants rock underneath. Because that's what's going to be there. I don't think that looks too bad. I'm sure we'll come back to it. It'll be something we'll have to revisit. Same with this, but that's fine. It's just a temporary thing. It's fine. It's fine. So we're going to want to add some nice decorations on this island. Make it look a bit more interesting. Good starting place is rocks. Rocks make everything look better. Nature. Where are we? We're going to do it with alpine. So we're in an alpine area. We've got alpine stone. We're going to go with alpine rocks. Just makes the most sense. I think. We want... What do we want? Deciduous rocks. Actually, the deciduous rocks fit better with the rock that's on the... just as the texture. Maybe we'll go with the deciduous. We'll just stick a few in. We kind of need to get rid of this weird hard edge going on here. This is going to take a while. Good. Yeah. Want a few big ones. Big rocks look good. Small rocks are good for filling in gaps. What I found by relative. Why does it go large, small, large, 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 small, 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 small? Why is that small rock there? I don't really understand it. It always I always end up clicking on that one, thinking, oh, that's a big rock. Not a big rock. It's a tiny ass rock. Snap to surface. Line to surface. A good way of getting a slightly different angle on the rocks as well. Aligning them to the surface. You don't end up with the rocks looking too repetitive. Flat surface on it for some. Maybe we could put water. No, it wouldn't work. Water under here wouldn't work, I don't think. We'd have a pond somewhere in the sky though. There's a rock. That rock's path. Don't like that. I don't think it won't be too noticeable. We just kind of want to bring the rocks up to the bottom of the path a bit, so that it doesn't look like the path is floating above the island too much. Probably just stick a big ass rock in there and just be done with it. With that out. The thing about placing rocks is that it's hard to tell what looks good until you've kind of finished with it, and it's like you can always tell, oh, there needs to be another rock there, or needs to be a rock there, and it's kind of a slow process. They really can just add to the texture of the wall. Align to surface. Doesn't look too bad. It could be better, but it's not too bad. It'll look better once there's trees. Once we've got a shitload of trees on here, it'll all bring it together a bit more. One thing I found is you can never have enough foliage. You can always add more trees. Like there's no limit to the number of trees you can have. There's a gap, stick a tree in it, or a bush. Bush Bushes are good. Bushes work well. Actually, they look pretty good at kind of bringing the ground up, the path off the ground a bit. Those bits, they're perfect, pretty much. One thing I have found is that it can be quite easy to kind of start putting down rocks everywhere. Anywhere that looks like it's meant to be a rocky surface, put rocks on it. It's quite easy to get carried away, especially if you start doing the rocks on the outside. You kind of have to do either all over the place or be very careful about where you place them. So you can either put them really tastefully, because I have had a quick go at this before to kind of see if it's something I would be able to do with my. I think I'll be able to do it some justice. Like, I'm not like an expert at this game, but I can do it. I've done lots of underground caves. Done like 3 underground parks before, because they're quite fun. Underground parks are quite fun to do, just because you have a lot of freedom with the lighting as well. You have a bit more, because it's all dark. You can kind of add. You can give it a nice cozy vibe, or you can go with a really like intense, bright vibe, or something like that. Because it's all dark, you don't have to deal with sunlight and ruining the vibe. Or you can go with a mysterious kind of misty cave. That's quite fun. It can feel really atmospheric underground. I did an underground jungle. That's quite fun. I think my favourite though is an underground like forest, where the only things that are lit up are the path itself. Just the path is lit up, so it makes the forest look really dark and atmospheric, but still quite nice. It's not like spooky scare, like dark and atmospheric, but just kind of like peaceful. Definitely going to want some rocks under here, because otherwise it's just going to have this big floaty. What rock is that? Okay. Oh, this is being a bit awkward. You can put a different rock in there. That looks much better when you've got the rocks in there. Oh, there's a little gap. Stick a little ass rock in there. Get one that's the right shape. Fill the space. Is that good? It's not poking up through the path. Fantastic. I find these flat ones, you need to find the right place for them. There's a time and a place for those flat rocks, and it's just, you have to find them. Like, is this the right time and place? Here we go. This is probably the right. Pretty good. At the moment, we're not building any rides. Just purely going to be doing nature-related stuff. I kind of suck at building rides, oddly enough. This is what I quite enjoy doing, though. Down little rocks, putting all the little shit in all over the place. That's a tiny ass little rock, isn't it? Actually, it's not that bad. It's not that small. Is that worth it? I don't know. Who knows? Like, rock up here. Maybe make this little outcropping a bit more rocky, because it's like a outcropping. makes sense. Where's rock gone? God, let's do align to surface. Get some differently shaped ones on there. Or get some slightly different angles. That look. It's quite nice. Quite like that. Maybe just want a rock in there. Nice. That doesn't look too bad. Look too bad. I think we could have a couple more rocks up here. But yeah, so here we go. It's like, where do I stop putting rocks on? rocky outcropping. It's quite nice. Or rocks. Never have too many. I think you kind of can, but that looks quite nice. You've got a nice little area up there you can put a tree on. That'll be good. Let's get some trees. We can worry about more rocks later on. We'll get some more trees. I say more trees. We will get some trees. Oh, actually, we can just... Oak trees. Now, oak trees don't want to be... Well, trees... Actually, we can have the roots coming through the rocks. Oh, that's quite nice. Like that. The roots coming through the rocks. Spooky. I don't want spooky. I just want deciduous. Nature. Maybe a second oak tree. Over here somewhere. Look at these trees. Oh, they look lovely. Question is, what do I put over here? Like, do we just have like a little dense... I think a dense forest. Like, you should be able to look back and just see nothing but forest and just down into the hole. Like, it shouldn't be apparent to you when standing here that you're on an island that's floating. It should appear like it's not floating, I think, is the goal. We'll put down a few more oak trees. Different. Sycamore. Sycamore's good. Like smaller tree. I put down 2 there. I did only put down 1. Where was I going to put that little tree? I think it's just... Oh, we've also got ash trees as well. Ash trees are quite small. It's good to have a variety of trees. Like, going with just one tree just looks bad. Whereas going with lots of different trees, different shapes, sizes, and varieties. Poplar tree is good. And kind of, you want to... You put a tree down somewhere else, you could put one tree down somewhere, you're going to want to put another one of the same type. At least sort of spread them around. That's quite nice. Maybe we can get like an oak tree in here. Above the gate. Above the entrance. That looks nice. I like that. Lovely. So we're going to want some bushes. Forest bushes. Deciduous. There was like there's a big leafy bush. I know that's a thing. You know what? It doesn't really, as long as it's kind of like there we go, the green bush. What's grassland? Park. Deciduous. Here we go, green bush. So I kind of want park and deciduous. Oop. Right, that's working. Good. Good, I'm back. Let's put down some bushes. More bushes. Lots of bushes are important. Kind of make the forest look dense and like alive. Just big leafy bushes are just good. All over the place. Go. That tree is is in the ground. And so is that one. A couple of trees that I've just put in the ground. There's that one. Oh, it's because I've been holding down shift. Oh, we got birch trees. That's another thing we could have. The odd birch. Birch is quite nice. Birch is a different colour, different shape. Made a whistle with my teeth then. Tuscan cypress. Very nice. Great ash tree. I don't think so. Crimson King. Oh, that's a nice tree. Red Emperor Maple. Maybe another poplar tree in here somewhere. Here we go. Lovely. All the trees are in sensible positions. Okay, good. Good. Looks good. Let's get some bushes then. Some more bushes. I like the music. Great. Red leafy bush. Lovely. Or something would grow out of that. Ironwood. I feel like ironwood's not the sort of thing that would grow here, is it? Green leafy bush. Nice. Maybe we want some bushes. Forest bush. This wants to look natural and busy. It wants to look a bit busy, so it kind of... It looks nice when it's a bit busier. If it's not busy enough, it looks too sparse. If it looks too sparse, that doesn't look very good. Sparseness isn't good. We are gonna need some more rocks down here though, because the path continues. So we kind of want, like, as much as I like the floaty path between islands, I don't want the path to look like it's floating on the island. I mean, I could just made it so that the actual path was on the ground, but a bit late now. That's kind of clipping into the path as me. I want a rock in here somewhere. Oh, it looks like there's a gap. Kind of a flattish edge that I can use to kind of bring that up to there. Yep, looks nice. Yeah, let's see, that looks like that's quite nice. That stone. A little bit of grass is alright, like, because grass will naturally kind of, grass and moss will naturally kind of deep down a cliff face, but mostly you kind of want a hardish edge. You don't really want like a really soft edge, a fairly hard edge. looks a bit better. Bit better on that side. Oh. Need some. Like, it's good. A soft brush isn't bad, but you don't tend to have like a light frosting of grass. It'd be either grass or it's rock. It wouldn't be like, just wouldn't have a little bit of grass texture. If that makes sense. Should just be a fairly hard edge. I like the bright grass. I like the bright green. That's quite nice. I like that. Looks nice. Do we need to do something about this way? Because this doesn't... I mean, it looks quite nice from like looking at the trees, but the hole itself doesn't look very good. So, well, this was going to be the entrance. There's currently no entrance. We need entry, park entrance. Park entrance. That's going to need to be on a flat, isn't it? No, I don't think it does actually. I do feel like these should be wider. These are very narrow. I assume there isn't a way of making them wide, because you could do like more than one. Right, that's not too bad. Gonna want more rocks. And it's going to want some kind of something to signify that it's the entrance. Like, it's fine if it's not white flat. No chance. I was thinking, can I put water here? No. There's no way I can put water there. Like an archway or something like that. Is there any scenery? Like an archway that I can use? Props? Archways. It is an archway. Bone arch, not quite the thing I want. Where's that side? Oh, you'd put that flat on a wall, wouldn't you? Make it a bit more interesting. I don't. Classical archway. Branches archway? No. Like coaster archway? Really weird choice of colours. Race bridge? Wow, no. Oh, well, that's obviously a choice you can go with. I don't think that would look too bad, actually. Oh, they got people arriving now for some reason. And they're turning around because there's nothing here. They've climbed all those stairs and they're turning around. of these particularly shout entrance. The thing is, you've only got the one little entryway and that's it. You've only got the one entrance. That's quite nice. If it didn't have the floor on it. I mean, obviously I can remove the floor. Ooh. Pirate Villa. Ah. Not really what I want. What do I want? Like a fairy tale entrance? That's kind of neat. We'd have to get rid of some of these trees, but that would be kind of kind of doable. I'm not great at building buildings. And also, the idea of having a big castle on this tiny sky island is kind of cool. I like that. Oh, that's pretty impressive though. On the way up here. I'll rotate this. Move it around just a smidge. Are there any trees that are obviously really... Well, there's a tree in the building. The other trees? That tree is a big deal. It's going through the building. We're going to want another tree there because that area is looking a bit bland now. Nature region, deciduous and park. Oak tree. Oak tree. Try not to let it clip too much, I guess. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. I like that a lot. That looks really impressive from down here. The big castle gates taking you to the fantasy islands. I have no idea what this could be called. Looks quite nice. I mean, there's a little bit of clipping, but who cares about a little bit of clipping? Sure, why not? Gonna want some more rocks here, I think. Or maybe some bushes. Take that green. Grass in here. This specific spot, for some reason, there's going to be bushes. Rocks. We want some rocks. Just a couple of rocks to at least put. Be fine. It'll look fine. All rock. That looks good. I like that. Clipping of a. I'll do it the other way around. Yeah, that looks nice. Bushes. Maybe some big bushes, maybe. Too bushy, if that makes sense. Maybe some small trees, like a birch tree. Probably birch tree. Fill up the gaps. Get rid of that birch tree because I need to put some rocks in here. A good idea. Yep, sorry fellas, there's nothing here for you to see at the moment. Just a whole bunch of rocks. Very nice rocks, but that's all there is. More rocks. More rocks are more better. Nice. Let's put some bushes. Oh, these look quite nice. Fern-like bushes. It's a shame we can't... Quite nice to put some water in there, but that's just not really doable. That is quite nice. Maybe we can put another bit of a birch tree or something, or a poplar tree. I think that yeah, let's get rid of the birch tree and put a poplar tree because the poplar is a bit better because it's a little bit less intrusive on the path. That side. Yeah, that looks nice. It looks much better now. Got the nice big entrance. Looks lovely. We need to do something about this. Because I don't like this. We also need to do something about that as well. That's going to just involve more rock placing. A lot more rock placing. Find it to surface, see if that... Good out of that. Path. Gap. Do I really care about that tiny little ass gap? You won't notice it. You won't. You'll hardly... I mean, I know it's there, but I don't think it's really worth bothering with. I'll try and avoid clipping. Well, that needs sorted, because that's weird. Unnecessary. I mean, it's part of the building, but you don't need to be able to see it. I could delete it, but that's too much hassle to go into the building and delete that. The biggest rock. That looks like quite a glaring gap. Better. Every rock I add improves the looks. So that's all. Small rock, I always get that confused. I always think it's a big rock because it's with the big rocks, but it's not because who knows why. Maybe we could do some fun, because obviously you've got the water effects. Maybe we could have some fun with just adding some water effects. Maybe we can add like a little waterfall or something running down the side. I don't know. Think about that. Hello. Thanks for sticking around. Well, thanks for coming along anyway. I appreciate it. Just placing rocks. I don't know for how long. I'm great. How are you, Jack Plays? Ooh. Hey. Rock. Go. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Do you play much Planet Coaster? I'm assuming you've played it to some degree as you're watching me play it, but yeah. Just got this game for the PS5. Oh, what's it like on the PS5? I think I've seen one video. We haven't started it yet. Fair enough. I think I've seen one video of it, and it looks great. Apart from the fact that for some reason, it might have just been the video I've seen, but it looked like it was really dark. Sort of, it didn't look as bright for some reason. The colouring was slightly off. Oh, that's good. I would be a bit worried if I was buying it that the controllers would be a bit awkward, but actually that sounds good. Glad that it's not as bad as I would assume it would be. Some more rocks in. The music stopped. Why has the music stopped? Because it's run out of music. than the in-game music. Oh, it's annoying when that happens. Park in the Sky. Yeah, so I'm going to have basically floating islands is the plan. Unfortunately, there's not really much I can do about having a path from the entrance down to, up to the park, but that's what I'm planning on doing. So it's going to have like winding paths kind of just floating there. I'd like to put like a big lake underneath, but that's going to take too long. I can't bother to do that right now, considering I'm just placing rocks on this first island that I've built so far. Just I'm trying to make it look nice as well. Like I spend way too long placing rocks and placing bushes, just because that's I'm much better at doing the natural stuff. Like if you want me to build a building, I can't do that. I'm not very good at buildings. But what are some good tips for starting the game? Just I would say don't stress about making things look nice at first. Like it's hard enough making rides that people will go on, let alone making rides that look good and function well. Just basically, and don't stress about playing like campaign mode or challenge mode. Like building in Sandbox is just as fun as the rest of it, I would say. In fact, more fun because you can do whatever you want with it. But just pick up a roller coaster and just start building stuff. Because one of the problems I found when I first started playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 was I would build a ride and I would build a path to the ride, and then very quickly, because I would build the path I'd build the ride relatively near where the path currently was, I'd end up getting myself kind of boxed in, and I'd have to kind of build a weird path over and around. It's much better if you kind of place a ride further away and then make a path over to it than to try and connect it up to the path already there. It's a bit of a weird issue that I think I'm probably the only person in the world to have ever encountered it, but that was a case I had in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 anyway. I've since learned since then. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 was a great game. I can't tell you how many hours I spent playing that game. Certainly didn't have the skills that I have now. Not that I have very good skills. I have an understanding of how placing rocks works, but yeah. I used to just blow things up in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, build dumb rides, and what they were called peep bowling, I think was the thing back in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, where you would build roller coasters that just crash into a whole path full of people. Couldn't hear me. Oh, yeah. So just don't get boxed in with the path. Make sure you build your roller coaster far enough away. Is my sound okay? Is it all working okay? I assume it is. Is it picking me up okay? Right. Building more rocks. More rocks are just thing for the day. I think put this off here somewhere with some rocks. Here we go. A bit further along. Lovely. Oh man, I like Planet Coaster. It's a good game. I couldn't quite get into oh, you just had to get to Rush the Kitchen. Fair enough. Yeah, so basically my tip was to make sure you don't build coasters too close to your current path, or build rides, because otherwise you'll end up kind of boxing yourself in path-wise. You'll end up having to kind of build around what you've already built. And just don't... It's just a chill game. Like, unless you're playing in, like, a career mode or anything like that, just... Even then, just relax. It's just for fun. It's always quite hard building roller coasters at first. I always found, whenever I was building roller coasters originally, I could never make roller coasters that people would want to go on. They're always way too intense. And it's still kind of a problem I run into occasionally. Like, building roller coasters is pretty hard. It should be. You'd think it'd be quite easy, but actually, building one that people want to go on. As far as I'm aware, there isn't much aside... I know from on the Steam version, you've obviously got the Steam Workshop. But I don't think there's anything online particularly. Yeah, building games are great. I love building games. Like, trains, cities... They're my kind of game. It's what I just love to do. So, yeah, with the online stuff, apart from sharing parks and that sort of thing. I don't think there is really, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, I might be completely wrong about that. A rock. I fill this gap. It's quite a large gap to fill. Maybe I can fill it with some terrain. No, the path's in the way. Okay, great. Guess it's just going to be a bunch of rocks. What other games do I play? Transport Fever. I like Transport Fever. Actually, I like that way too much. I've played it way too much recently, but it's a lot of fun. Building trains, planes, like trucks, that sort of thing. I like City Skylines. I've been playing the odd other thing as well, like Cyberpunk. Oh, I really appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. I've been playing. I just play all sorts, whatever really takes my fancy. Building games and sort of simulation games are what I enjoy the most, probably, just because they're just chill. Just because I can just relax, just build things that look nice, I guess, to some degree. I mean, it doesn't look amazing. There are some people out there that can build the most ridiculous things. I just kind of build things that I try my best. They'll always look okay, but they'll never look best. The seagull. He's caught on my rock. Oh no, he's pigeon. And he's landed on my rock. Good job. Right, so I think I'm kind of done with this for now, because I kind of want to move on to doing something other than just placing rocks for the next half an hour. Maybe we can get some... Where are the scenery? Special effects. Here we go. Get rid of this. Get some water effects, because it'd be quite cool to have like a... I don't know. It's a water jet. It might be a bit excessive. Water spout. I don't think there's... I don't know if there's really anywhere that we can put a waterfall. Not really. Nothing bad can happen in this game. Unless you're playing... If you're playing in career mode, then the only thing bad things can happen is you don't get enough money. That's the only real bad thing that can happen. Rides can break down, but then you just have mechanics to fix them. Your ratings will go down if you don't have enough security. That's the only other thing, if you've got that turned on. Staff need staff rooms and stuff, otherwise they get upset. But again, that's something you can turn off. It's really, like, nothing really bad is going to happen apart from run out of money. Which is why I like playing on sandbox mode. I don't like the stress of money too much. In, like, Transport Fever, money is okay. I don't have a problem with playing with money because that's kind of the whole point. But in this, I'm quite happy just playing in sandbox mode. Loosh. Does that look terrible? Would you like to keep them on? Not usually, no. I don't like to worry about it because it's too much. Like, it's kind of fun to set up a staff room, and to be honest, it doesn't make a big difference. The only thing is if you have it on, then you need to hire enough staff to deal with shifts, because the staff will take shifts where they go off to take a break. So, waterfall splash. The problem is it doesn't really go far enough. Water doesn't go far enough. You only get like a small like blurt of water. You don't get a whole waterfall kind of thing going on, which is kind of what I was hoping we'd get. But maybe we could do like water trickling down the rocks. That might be quite nice. Get rid of that little hole. Oop. Yeah. Yeah, the water is a bit annoying. Like, one thing that was always I liked in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, although it wasn't perfect, they weren't very good. You could build waterfalls. You can't really in this. You can make things that sort of resemble waterfalls using these water spouts, and a lot of them. But you can't do anything serious with them. Like, you couldn't, unless you had a bunch of water spouts to create all the way down to the floor, it'd be a bit difficult to get a waterfall from this island. I think I'm going to have to just say no to that. Probably. I think we should start working on another island. At least give the people a reason to come to the park rather than just to see my nice island. What do you want this next one to be? I suppose you kind of want it about a similar height. What does my park look like? At the moment, this is it. So this is literally it at the moment. It's just I've done one island so far. Hopefully we can keep the enthusiasm with it going. It's building in the air is something slightly different. I almost always build my parks underground because that's slightly more. It's different. Tunnels are fun. You get a real control over the mood and the lighting and the feel of it. I've never done floating before, and I thought that'd be quite fun. That off underground. I think I've done like 3 underground parks, but they're all very similar. They're kind of iterating off the same idea, so it's quite cool. I did an underground jungle. So my underground parks are always kind of divided into sections. Can you ride your own rides? Yeah, you can. You can kind of go on a camera, ride cam, so you can ride the rides in first person, which is kind of fun. I'm making this little island way too small. Kind of fun. It's quite nice so you can kind of watch. You can see all the nice scenery once you've got the rides in. You can see what you've been spending hours building. What do I want to do with this island? I think this wants to go up, be slightly different, maybe? I don't know. Maybe we want a hill on this island or something. Maybe like somewhere in the middle? I don't know. A bowl-shaped island? I'm trying to think. I'm hesitant to just go with just big flat islands because I think that will look bad. Yeah, looking around is always the best bit. Just admiring everything. What I always like to do in Transport Fever is just ride the trains around. Just sit on the train and just ride it between the 2 places. It's quite fun. It's quite relaxing. Watching all the cities and all the other trains go by. Building's great. Right. What do I want to do with this island? That's the question. I'd like to have a central hub. Maybe we could build like a little fountain or a little park on this island or something. So that as like a central place where people can kind of split off from. Nice. Nice flat surface. This is going to look terrible. It doesn't look terrible, but it could look better. Bring this... what angle snap is it on? It's on 30 degrees. Let's lower that down to 15. Yep, I love City Skylines. Not very good at it, though. That's my problem. As much as I like it, yeah, not very good at it. The problem I always have is ending up getting the traffic to work with me. I've tried traffic mods, but just not very good at those. Increase this. Nice, that's a nice circle, that'll do. Yeah, I'm not sure if... I don't think City Skylines is on PS5 or Switch. It might come to that at some point. If they follow in Planet Coaster's footsteps at all. But I doubt it. I think it's might be a bit too fiddly, especially with placing roads. But who knows? If they manage to get it to work for Planet Coaster, they could get it to work for City Skylines as well. So it's great. It's a lot of fun. A little bit bigger, like a town square kind of thing going on. Yeah, that'll be nice. Like, we've got like the medieval gate. So we're going to have like a medieval town square with all the different shops. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. That's if there's medieval buildings that I can steal. Because I can build some things. I'm just not very good at it. Oh, I can build a castle. That's fancy. We could build a big ass. We could put the big ass castle. I'm not northern. Put a big ass castle on this. Big. Still quite nice. The entrance that way. I have no idea what this looks like. Oh, I can't look at it. I have to think about putting the castle down somewhere. That'd be quite cool. Need to add fences. Yeah, at the moment people could just walk off, but that's fine. They'll be fine. We'll worry about that if that happens. I will put fences on at some point. Just add in some more decoration. Fairy Tale Village. Oh, that's quite nice. Are there Fairy Tale Village other things? Because the problem I always have is that the game comes with a bunch of things, which is really nice, but they're not consistent. Yeah, you don't need fences. If they fall off, that's their own problem anyway. Yeah, they're not super consistent with the buildings that they provide for you. I mean, it's not too bad. Actually, that's on both sides for some reason. That's fine. Move this and rotate it the other way. Although those don't want to connect up for some reason. This is... What are you making this area? Just making... I'm thinking of making like a food court, restaurant area, and like town centre kind of doodad. So... Fairy Tale Village. Do you want Fairy Tale Village or do you want Fairy Tale Town? I think we want Fairy Tale Town because it's big enough. Because we can always... Rides are easy to add. It'd be quite cool to have a ride that kind of goes around some of the islands as well, like flying between them. Quite fun. Let's get coffee on this one. We've got Cosmic Cow and Chief Beef. One thing I love in this game that something about it just really makes me happy is the advert boards that they have in this game. They are just incredible, the way they've designed them. Oh, I like that. Go with the smaller ones, I think. What's your feats? Although that's fine. Just a memento. Just a memento. We can bring that. We can bring a nice little path off there and off to the Freets, whatever it's called. I don't want it to be quite that wide, like 4 meters. Is that good enough? That'd be so cool if someone made Disneyland. I'm pretty certain someone has probably made Disneyland before, somewhere on the workshop. I really wouldn't be surprised if it was on there already. And same with like Six Flags and other places as well. Fairy Tale Village? Is there a Fairy Tale Town? No. I wish I was better at building buildings. I'm just not. Like I'm alright. I can steal them from. Is there a way to see other people's parks? There is on Steam. I don't know about PS5. Because Steam has the Steam Workshop, which people can upload and share their parks on. I don't know if the PS5 does. It might not. It might do. I don't know. Obviously, you can always just find them on the internet in places like just Googling it. But I haven't got a clue. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. On Steam, you can download them and have a look around and explore them and play with them, and they're quite fun. Like there was one I found that had like someone had made a giant tree using the terrain tools. That was pretty impressive. That was really impressive. I've got... Maybe I want to clear it. Don't want a circle. I like the circle. I'm sure there'll be... There's so many things that people... Obviously, people have made really stupid parks. As well as this. It's like a fairy tale themed shop. So. People will have made stupid parks that for the most ridiculous things. But there'll also be some really good ones out there as well. I don't know where that's going, but we can use the path later on for something else. I don't know what, but we can. Let's turn angle snap off for the moment. Don't need it on. They can mine underground, on ground, and floating park. Oh yeah, that's cool. A mine is a very good. A mine ride is a very good. It's always fun to make. Pretty There's always something so satisfying about making a mine ride, a magical theme park. The thing is, you can do so much with this. It's always fun. I kind of want the path to go through the middle of the building. Because that just makes sense. Let me delete this part. Need to be able to get it over to Just a Memento. Although we do have Just a Memento over there already somewhere. How long have we played this game? I've played this game for 82 hours. That's not as long as I thought it was. I mean, I have a lot more hours in things like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. But only 82 hours in this one. I'm quite surprised. I thought it would be more. I actually thought it'd be a lot more. Staff management, anything here? Fairy Tale staff building. That's what I want. Is there a Fairy Tale hotel? Oh, there is a Fairy Tale hotel. That's not quite what I had in mind, though, for a Fairy Tale hotel. I was kind of expecting a big castle. What's this? That's very fancy. Not really what I had in mind. Don't have a staff building. That's fine. Vintage amusement. Is that a thing? When were amusements a thing? Oh, you've got like different 4 little things. Ah, okay. A restaurant. I'm discovering a few things here that I've not seen before either. Restaurant. Amusements. Things at the gas castle that I think I stole from somewhere. 100%, I don't think this was a Planet Coaster building. I think I must have stolen it from someone. Or, oh, I say stolen it. Downloaded it off the Steam Workshop. Which is where people upload things. For people to use. So we're gonna want, I think we're gonna want like a picnic area. For some description. My only problem with this, compared to Roller Coaster Tycoon, is that it's not so easy to make like large plaza areas, because you've got to deal with like spline-based paths, which are a bit annoying. Yeah, I can see how it can remind you of Animal Crossing, especially with some of these buildings I've put down to kind of go with the fairy tale vibe. You can probably use that building again and just change the shops. Quite fun. I don't think we need more buildings. I'd like it to have a fountain in the middle. That's something I'd like to have. Does there happen to be a fountain as a thing? Centerpieces is probably what I want. Wow, okay, there's a lot of stuff. Spider press. Main base. Okay, those fountains are a lot smaller than I anticipated they would be. I was hoping there'd be a much bigger one. Alice. I think that's a bit eastern. Blueprint. Watery Grave. That's a bit piratey. Got a DeLorean. Order of the Queen. That looks quite nice. I like that. Lovely. Anything else I can put here? Fairy Tale Fountain. Maybe I can have a fountain on one side and the statue on the other. Fairy Tale Fountain of Youth. For some reason that's clipping into the ground. But they are, like, I love them because they're just relaxing. There's no stress. Relax and do what you want. I kind of want to, the problem is that circle's a bit too big to put it in the middle. The middle is where it should be, though. I don't really like it being off to the side. Perhaps we could put the... Where's the Fountain of Youth thing gone? Baroque flower bed. Oh, that's quite nice. Not really very fairy tale themed, but... There we go. Fairy Tale Fountain of Youth. Quite big. It's quite nice. I mean, I could make my own fountain, but I'm not very good at that sort of thing. I should try it. Thing is, I won't get any better if I don't do it at some point. I want it to look nice. Problem is that this is just empty space that I'm just not using right now. I'm putting a whole bunch of bushes around it will kind of spoil the view. But there's so much you can do, especially like in this game, especially like you can do anything. You can design buildings to be any kind of style you like. It's pretty ridiculous. Oh, a knight's battle. That's much bigger than I anticipated it being. Okay, there's a cameraman on that. Obviously, I could edit some of these buildings to do whatever I want. Kind of change them up. Make them more to what I want to be. The castle. That's an even bigger castle than the other one, although quite nice. I think that's just scenery. It has a nice little drawbridge on it, which actually... Oh, it's a ride station. Right, okay, so that's going to have to be... How can I count? No, I don't like that. I'll see what's here first before I consider making my own. There could be something here that I haven't seen yet. Perfect, what I want. Maybe not the case. I could just put some trees in the middle. Some very stylish trees. Might be quite nice. Clay pots. By order of the Queen. I think that can go in the middle. That looks nice. I like that. What's that? Oh, crap. There's some castle parts just floating in the sky. Although that's entirely what this is about, but not really where I want them to be. Let it be in line with the path. Nice. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Right, I think we're going to need to add some more things around here. I don't know, what can we put here? Perhaps we could put like a ride here, maybe. Maybe something that's small and fairly harmless. That's not as small as I thought it was going to be. What's small and harmless? Not harmless, but that's pretty small. If I fill up this gap that I've made, this massive space. I'm going to put more buildings in. Got enough shops, I feel like. I don't have any toilets. That's going to be an important thing. Well, let's just copy that. And then I'll just change out these buildings to be toilets rather than shops. Edit building. Get rid of these. This. That. And then where's toilet? Shops and facility. Toilet, fantastic. Go. Ooh. How often do I stream? I I haven't done it for like a week, but I try and do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They're usually my plan. But again, I haven't done it for like a week because of New Year's Eve or New Year's and all that stuff. So, but that's usually my plan. I tend to just do random things, kind of whatever takes my fancy. Usually, it's not usually consistent. Although I tend to do the same thing multiple times in a row. Oh, nice! How does that work out for you using the PS5? Because obviously that's not something I ever would have done. So, does it work well, or is it a bit weird? Is it a bit difficult? Because I assume it's not so easy to kind of chat with people. Right. Good. Okay, people are using the toilet. Fantastic. Yeah, I can't imagine it's that easy to chat with people. Maybe it is. Maybe I don't know. What is this? Walls. Not a daub, because that's Mediterranean. Classic brick. Nope, not brick. Gingerbread. No. What is this? I could probably just clone the thing. Just link your account and you can start the stream by pressing the button and the chats pop up on screen, so you don't even need a computer or something. Oh, that's pretty cool. So they've really thought that through then. Ah, rough brick. This is probably what I want. Delete that, whatever that is. Oh, oh no, how do I redo? Control Y. Okay, what's that? Ah, trim. Get rid of the trim, don't need the trim. An archway. Lovely. PS5 is good, but PS4 isn't the best at streaming video. Yeah, not really surprised. But at least the PS5 is good. A little bit over to the side. I think it. No, I think it's this that's the side. Nice. So we can stick in a wall back here. Nice. Okay, that looks pretty good. Take this pillar. Nice, that looks okay. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. Certainly could look worse. I feel like. Go. Yeah, I do want that. That's fine. Actually, I'm going to be putting a pillar on here anyway, aren't I? So. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it works. Fortnite in a bit. Oh, okay. Spider-Man and Death Star Planet Coaster. Fair enough. I've always wanted to play Spider-Man. Problem is I don't have a PlayStation at all. I was thinking I might get, my girlfriend and I might get a PlayStation 5 at some point so we can play Spider-Man and that sort of thing. Because unfortunately they will never come to PC, being Sony exclusives. And she plays, and I'm sure she would play on it anyway. I've always wanted to play Spider-Man. It's a bit of a shame only playing on PC is the fact that I just miss out on that. And there's a few like God of War and other things like Bloodborne as well. Sad I'm gonna miss out on those. Yeah. Yep, I heard that a lot. It's a great game. But I'm sure I'll get to play it at some point. Facility signs, toilet sign, line to surface. Maybe a little bit big. I think. Where do we want this to be? Yeah, there. Right, why not? Or it's fine. And there. It's not the most beautiful conversion in the world, converting one building to another, but it works. It's a much better job than I could do if I was trying to build it from scratch. I think it looks better. We've got probably too many toilets there right now, but that's fine. I could change one of these toilets for an ATM or something else instead. I could have done that. I could still do that. ATM is relatively ATMs are tiny. ATMs could go anywhere. Maybe not necessarily an ATM. Maybe it could have been first aid. First aid. Yeah, let's change it out for first aid, because first aid also has doors, so it won't make a big difference. I want to select the toilet, please. Okay, toilet block 3. Where's toilet block 2? Edit building with selected part. Right, let's delete that and put down a first aid. I mean, there's a few that are on my list. As I said, God of War, Spider-Man. I think some of the like Bloodborne and that sort of thing. I don't had an opportunity to play those. That looks a bit weird. Is there a wall with a door frame? I just didn't see. Wherever the rough stone is, here's the rough stone. Got stations around. Stations around. A wall. No. There's none of those wall parts with doors. Play Nintendo games with PS5 because there's so much good Nintendo games. I'd love to stream. Yeah, that's the problem with Nintendo games. They're so great, but you can only play them on Nintendo consoles. Yeah, unless you shell out for an expensive capture card, there's no way you can stream them. Like, I thought it'd be quite fun to do things like came out Hyrule Warriors. I kind of wanted to do, and other things, but I just couldn't justify spending the money on a capture card for that. It wouldn't be worth it. So, oh well, maybe one day in the future I'll be able to justify it for some reason, or there'll be a game that I so desperately want to stream that I'll just have to. So, get benches, right? That's the thing you can get. Scenery. They want so it would ruin the soul of the Switch. Yeah, it kind of would though. Yeah, you're right there. It kind of would ruin the soul of the Switch because, as like from a technical standpoint, the Switch isn't incredible, but it's just all the games. It's got everything about it. It's just great. The portability of it is pretty good. It's pretty cool. Although I don't think I've ever really used it handheld. Well, certainly not recently, because I can't get on with the handheld mode. It's just I get like pins and needles in my thumbs. I don't know what it is. Is there a fairy tale picnic bench I can use? It's a pirate picnic table, modern picnic table. Fairy tale. Oh, there's two types. You've got fancy and you've got traditional. Okay, I want to go with traditional. Could I? Apps. Yes, I can. Could I perhaps delete the path? Like that bit path. Can't put that there, which is a bit of a shame. It would be quite nice if I could put it there. Square edges. Oh, that's nice. Place switch light. I was going to go to the normal one, but they went. It took time due to COVID. Yeah, I'm not really surprised. I bet getting a hold of those during COVID has been a real nightmare. Just bet they've been completely out of stock forever. Fortunately, I managed to get one a couple of years ago, so I feel bad for anyone that was really trying to get one. Oh, canopy. That's quite nice. these picnic benches to be? Do I want them to be kind of laid out in a grid-like pattern? Or do I want them to be laid out just haphazardly? I don't know. That's the question. Greylight was the only one that was $200. The others were at $300. Wow, that's... Really? The other lights were more expensive. That seems strange. I mean, it kind of makes sense if... Because the grey one wasn't as popular? Is that the case, do you think? There. Never mind, I guess. That's really weird. That's good. Alice bin, Adventure bin, Park bin, Sci-Fi bin, Spooky bin, Studios bin, Village Heart bin, Vintage bin, Vintage bin 2, Western Rustic bin, World Fair bin. Staff need don't have a staff building. That's something I also need. I need a staff building. I'm going to copy this and make this into a staff building. Staff building is going over here. Not because the path is going to connect to it weirdly. Over here. That's to go, but hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll come back when you're streaming again. Oh, thank you very much. It's good. Thank you for sticking around, and I hope to see you on Thursday. So, see you next time, Jack Plays. Appreciate it. And I appreciate the follow as well if you're still here. That's very nice of you. So we're gonna make this into a staff yeah, bye. I'm gonna turn this into a what's it called? A staff house? Staff room? That's the one. I couldn't remember what it was called. Staff house. Not a staff house. It could be a staff house. Staff management. There we go. Perfect. That do maybe we can get a nice archway in there just to kind of okay, searching through this is just silly. It was rough stone, wasn't it? Rough brick? It wasn't brick. Cast stone? Why does it have a filter for building material for cast stone if there isn't any? What's the point in that? There must be in a different category, I guess. Decorative stone? Nope. Is it? What building material are these walls? Oh, it's rough brick. Rough brick. It is rough brick. Okay, that looks like rough stone to me, not rough brick, but fine. It's not perfect, but it'll do. At least we have a staff room now. Adding more buildings. Maybe we just need some more of those buildings, just with just nothing, just blank, just to kind of fill it out a little bit, kind of fill out the area. I wonder, could we fit a tiny little path there? No, because the path tool... Oh, no, we can. We can. Nice. I don't know what we're going to put there, but we can fit a little path through there. Don't know what we're going to do with it, but that's good. We're going to need some trees and some other sort of decoration in here because at the moment it's looking a little bit kind of bland. We will get on that shortly. Just trying to decide if we want any more buildings. It'd be good to get the buildings down before I start placing in trees. Because getting rid of trees is going to be a bit of a pain in the arse. Information. Does there happen to be a fairy tale information booth? No, but we could steal this building and turn it into one. In fact, we can steal this one because it's basically just change.
Street Fox Coffee.
Let's make this into make this information rather than coffee. Facilities, information. Lovely. Lovely. And then we just need... can we get an awning for this? Oh, I just put another information booth down somewhere. Decorations. Awnings. Or shop decorations. Chief beef. Chief beef. That's fantastic. Sushi, just a minute. Blah 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 blah. Is there not one for checkered cloth? I go for like this. A bit more medieval. Canvas, not really the right. It's not really the right setting for that. What's that? Commercial awning. Corner. Corrugated iron, again not really the right setting for that. Pirate awning. Kitchen Dynasty. Renaissance. Burrito Bonanza. Info. Oh, I've got caps lock on info. Nope, okay, there isn't one for information. Fine. With the commercial awning. Let's lift that up a little bit because it's a little bit low. See, that works really well actually. Sticking out just below the thing. Looks quite nice. I like that. We're going to want, not a flag, we're going to want a wall sign, utility signs, and fairy tale sign, toilet. Oh, I'll go with that one. I didn't notice that one. Information. Lovely. Let's get rid of this sign. Advertise destinations. Sign and put this one on instead because that's more appropriate. Advertise destination. Toilets. Confirm. Toilet block 3. Fantastic. We're also going to want to do the same with this one. Priority passes are for suckers. Well, at the moment, there's currently nothing to ride. So, yeah, you're probably right there. I'm not going to deny that you are probably correct. Ooh, Castle Fairy Tale Shop. This, what do they sell here? I don't know, but we're getting one of these. Oh, it's Hats Fantastic. Yeah, I like Hats Fantastic. We don't have one of those yet. We have 2 Just the Mementos. For some reason. And a balloon shop. Maybe we could go with something else. We could change this out for, I don't know, what the souvenir shops are there. Getting way too into these shops. But we could do. He's getting just an ATM somewhere. Where would you have an ATM? That's the question. I guess you could have one here. Might work. Yeah, that'll do. Let's grab some. I'll make a small building for an ATM. I'm sure that I have the skills to make just a small building for an ATM. Ooh, I've only got 7 minutes. Wow, time has flown. Roof parts. What kind of roof is this? This is like a stone roof. Stone Victorian tile roof. No, it's not quite that fine. Stones on the roof, a bit less fine than that. Iron. What materials are there for here? Cast stone. Nope. Oh, those things are playing the Planet Coaster tune. Oh, it took me a moment to realise what they were playing. What kind of roof is this? Let me have a look. Edit building select part is the square tile roof slope. Fine, okay. Tile. Victorian tile roof. wood tile. Ah, here we go. That was it. It's just, this is, it's just a slightly different colour. Okay, not quite that colour. Must be darker. Not quite that dark. A bit bluer as well. Why didn't they just use the default colours? That would have been so much easier. Veranda roof. That's not what I'm looking for, but nice. It might be useful. Right, do I have walls that would actually allow me to do what I'm trying to do here? Or am I going to have to go with something a bit taller? I don't want to be too big. I want a building here. Nothing too fancy. Ah, fantastic. Okay, good. I mean, this looks a bit ugly at the moment, but I'm gonna keep working on it for a minute, and hopefully it'll look a bit less ugly when I'm done with it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. No promises, but hopefully it will. So, cross beams, some description, I think. Nope, that's not the right kind of post. What post is it? Bavarian pillar. Nope. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Any building selected part. The wooden column 4 meter something or other because it's too long. Base support. Okay. Ah, here we go. Those don't snap for some reason. Position snap. And also, for some reason, it's lying on the floor. That's really weird. These are pillars. Why are they lying on the floor? Of all things. This little building does look like shit, doesn't it? Like, this is the extent of my building skills. Like, nature I can do. Actually building something, so far, it looks pretty crap. Maybe it does want to be taller. Or I just bite the bullet and copy this thing and just put a wall there. Rather than stressing about it. I just go with this. I'm going to have to spend a lot more time practicing my building. Oh, goodbye that thing. Let's get a wall. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend so much more time practicing my building. Problem is though, it just takes so long. Then we want a scenery, we want a ATM. Now, why is there a bit of path there? Okay, right, let's move this so that it connects up to the path properly as it should. Fantastic, nice. It's a bit weird. It's a building without a door, but at least it kind of matches the rest of it a bit more. This is looking a lot busier now, and a lot more complete, which is good. So when we start adding in trees, which will have to be next time because it's already 10 o'clock. Unfortunately, I have work full time, so I can't just spend all night playing video games. I would like to. It looks a bit trash at the moment. I think once we've added in a few trees and a few fences and a few kind of miscellaneous decorations, it'll look much better. Much better. At the moment, it does look a bit crap. Property, nature region, deciduous and park, because the park ones basically have the right kind of thing in them anyway. So maybe we can get some Tuscan cypress trees. Don't want them to align to surface because trees don't grow sideways. Like put one in like each of the 4 corners. Oh. Yeah, that was quite nice. Get like hedges. Topiary. Oh yeah, let's get a couple of these in. Go. I think we're going to have to adjust those very slightly. I think they're not quite rotated. Might need to move the trees to be in line with the topiaries, but actually that looked quite nice. I think on not on the front because there's stairs. On the 3 sides where there's not stairs, I think these topiaries look quite nice. Lovely. And complete out the area a bit more. Because once, actually, to be honest, on every side apart from this side, I think we can... We can do that. Lovely. That looks nice, because it kind of add a little path up to the statue, and then we can just fill this in with bushes and what have you. Rotate. Oh, that's for rotation, not for movement. Okay, fine. Going on over there? Oh, it's just a memento. Making all that noise. Let's line these trees up so they're not quite so uneven. I think actually some of these topiaries might be a bit closer to actually than others. I don't think it's too bad. This isn't quite straight. I feel like. That looks a bit better. Lovely. Man, that's really improved that middle section. Those topiaries really done a great job at improving that area. Make it look much more complete and lovely. It does look like it's a fountain though. These little water channels. I don't know if fountains would work. Maybe put some water in there. I don't know. It's just added some lovely, nice little bushes. I like hearing all the people talk. Because they talk in some random kind of gobbledygook. Kind of, I don't know, it reminds me of something. I don't know what it reminds me of. Like, it kind of reminds me of The Sims a little bit, but not quite. Go. Let's get in a few bushes around here, and then I don't want that one. Bushes are very big. Get in these bushes around here, and then I'll go because it's time for me to go, I guess. Pretty much. On like either side. Oh, that looks so much better. It looked really bland and empty in the middle, and now it looks much less empty. Put like a little colour. Fashion of colour here and there. You can never have enough bushes and plants and flowers. Flowers. Yeah, I don't think it would look good. We just need some fences, like intermittent fences look really good as well. So we're going to do that next time. I'm going to probably come back to this on Thursday because I'm having fun, and I kind of want to keep going with this, but I have run out of time. So I'm going to quickly save this because it's good to have it saved. Save park. Highlands. Perfect. Yeah. So I'll come back to this on Thursday. I appreciate you sticking around, and it's been fun. I appreciate the follow from Jack Plays. I really appreciate it. And you can follow me here, YouTube, Twitter, all that jazz. Because I normally, apart from today, because I completely forgot, post the thing on Twitter to announce the stream. So yes, I'll be back on Thursday, 7:30 hopefully, or 8 o'clock is usually the time when that is usually the time where I actually come on. But 7:30 hopefully on Thursday. So I really appreciate you sticking around, and I'll be back again on Thursday. I'll see you then. Bye. Button. Need to find the right button. Find the right button. That's the right button. Fantastic. Right. Bye.
Little dinosaur.